Every year, when summer begins to wind down to a close, we come together to celebrate America's game by electing a lucky few into a sacred hall. The NFL has fielded a little more than 20,000 players. Out of that 20,000, only 326 have made the Hall of Fame. The honor is of a high prestige, so the NFL puts together a ceremony unlike any other in sports. This year marks the 100th anniversary of the league, which is fitting for a class whose members embody the love of the game. So on today's episode, we will commemorate the Hall of Famers by profiling their journey and accomplishments. Tony Gonzalez forever changed the position of tight end by turning the spot from a mere safety valve to a primary option. Gonzalez used an unparalleled combination of grace and power to rewrite the NFL record books, catching 1,325 passes for a total of 15,127 yards, which are the most ever for a tight end. Gonzalez's durability was just as impressive as his pass-catching ability, only missing 2 games throughout his entire 16-year career, earning 10 All-Pro nominations and a place on the All-Decade team for the 2000s. His knack for the spectacular brought excitement to dormant franchises, making him a fan favorite, which is the reason he belongs in Canton. The fact that the Patriots dynasty has lasted 2 decades is staggering, and it would not have been possible without players like Ty Law. Law not only intercepted passes, he made game-changing plays on the biggest stage. His picks in Super Bowl 36 and the 2004 AFC Championship game are performances that stand out as moments that were pivotal in the Patriots' first Super Bowl run, building a sense of calm under pressure. Law's intuition explained why he was always in the right place at the right time. The Patriots took this precision and infused it into the Patriot way. Johnny Robinson has waited 48 years to don his golden jacket. Thankfully, the wait is over. There are few defensive backs who are more deserving. Robinson is one of the few players to start his career at a different position, moving from running back to safety, a position he had not played since college. Ironically, this was a huge stroke of luck. During his 11-year career, Robinson flummoxed opponents, intercepting 57 passes, being named to 7 All-Pro teams, and winning the Chiefs' only Super Bowl. Robinson's ability to adapt on the fly made him one of the most versatile safeties of all time and is the hallmark of a consummate pro. Offensive linemen are some of football's unsung heroes, so when one is inducted into the Hall of Fame, it's an awesome moment where a player receives the recognition they rightfully deserve. Kevin Malloy was the anchor of every offensive line he played on. In 16 NFL seasons, Malloy blocked for a 1,000-yard rusher 13 times, including a 2009 campaign where he was on a unit that paved the way for a 2,000-yard season by Chris Johnson. Malloy used to keep a list of Hall of Fame centers in his locker room because he was unsure of whether or not he could meet their standard. After being named to 7 All-Pro teams, turning perennial losers into winners, it's clear that Malloy belongs in the league company, beholding a toughness and unselfishness that epitomizes the position. Gil Brandt is the architect of America's team. During his tenure in Dallas, he drafted legends such as Bob Lilly, Roger Staubach, Tony Dorsett, Michael Irvin, and Troy Aikman. These choices were imperative for the Cowboys, transforming them from a fledgling franchise into one of the most iconic brands in the sport. Brandt's impact extends far beyond Dallas, percolating throughout the league today. Brandt was the first executive to use computer evaluations in scouting, sign players from the undrafted pool, and helped create the NFL Scouting Combine. All of these efforts helped teams evaluate more effectively, and opened the door for new opportunities. Although the majority of Brandt's career was behind the scenes, his impact is center stage when you watch an NFL game today. During the 2000s, the Baltimore Ravens defense struck fear into opponents, thanks in large part to stars like Ed Reed. Reed was a ball hawk throughout the course of his career, who led the league in interceptions 3 times, accumulating the most return yards for interceptions in NFL history with 1,590, earning 8 All-Pro nominations along the way. Reed also excelled in building a championship culture in which the Ravens won 4 division titles, culminating in a Super Bowl 48 victory where Reed earned his 9th postseason interception, the most in NFL history. Reed's tenacity has left a huge imprint on the league, as several of today's best defensive backs are trying to emulate his tenacity and nose for the ball. In an era of flashy wide receivers, teams need a lockdown defensive back to stop them. Champ Bailey stepped up and fulfilled this role. In 2006, Bailey led the NFL in interceptions with 10, while only being thrown at 35 times, allowing 0 touchdowns. Bailey wasn't limited to pass coverage either, as he recorded 85 total tackles. This effort would serve as a microcosm for Bailey's career, as these stats would become the norm. Bailey's all-around skills and quiet confidence is something few players have possessed before, and few have replicated since. This allowed him to surpass any opponent who crossed his path. Pat Bowlen was everything an NFL owner should try to be. In his first press conference, Bowlen said that winning was more important than making money. This philosophy transformed the Broncos from a franchise that was muddling in obscurity into a pillar of class. The Broncos won 3 Super Bowls in 334 games, totaling the second highest winning percentage in the NFL since 1984. Sadly, Bowlen passed away from Alzheimer's earlier this year. Although he may be gone, his legacy will never be forgotten, gifting a whole generation of fans happy memories that will last a lifetime. Each member of the 2019 class has left an indelible mark on the game, reminding us of the joy that football brings. While contemplating in that joy, you come to an epiphany. The beauty of greatness is that it can come from anywhere, and with hard work, it can be achieved. You see, that's what the Hall of Fame is about. It's realizing that although we may not be destined for glory on an athletic stage, we can achieve monumental feats. This platform is simply a means of inspiration that can help us find it. This is why we watch. Thanks for tuning in.